Hello, I'm Adinser, and a new PvP server opened up in the Legion Alpha, finally. It lets you create a preset level 110 character with all the artifacts maxed out. So immediately I made a WindWalker Monk, since it's the class I played most in Warlords, and turns out it has been butchered yet again. And if you're not familiar with the history of the monk, all I can say is it's been given no love ever since it was introduced in Mr. Pandaria. Every single patch since then has changed a core spell or feature by overly simplifying it or just removing it. This is true for all three specs, and it has happened yet again. Sorry to be telling you this, but all the complexity is gone. All the DPS abilities that gave you buffs and that interacted with other abilities no longer do so. Every single spell is just a DPS spell like any other, with nothing more to them. So you have nothing to track, no buffs, no priority system to keep in mind. In the same way, Tiger Eye Brew is a normal buff now, not something you have to build up. There is only one heal called a fuse or something, and it's just terrible. So the survivability is greatly diminished, and you can't viably heal anyone else to be a sort of off-healer in arenas or something. And since Expel Harm has been removed, which was our other heal, there is only one way to gain chi now, instead of 3 like it was before, because the spinning crane kick now costs chi. So if you're not in range or out of combat or stuff like that, you don't have Expel Harm to generate chi or heal up a bit instantly. And the one way you can gain chi is with Tiger Palm, and that's it. Chi Torpedo was also removed, and that spell was really fun, interesting, and ultimately skillful to use as a DPS increase instead of using it for movement. So now it's gone. Storm, Earth and Fire has also been simplified. It's now a button you press without having to target anything, and the images do their own thing, they have their own AI, and so on. I just don't see what their plan is for this spec, what it is supposed to be, because now it's just a cheap version of Demon Hunter with less mobility, less damage, less survivability, and less flavor overall. And it used to have everything in spades. A really sad day for WindWalker monks, and to add insult to injury, there is a bug in the alpha that affects only monks out of all the classes, so that they don't have the riding skill for whatever reason. So I had to ride on a turtle. Now, I don't want to talk about how the class is compared to other classes and how it does in 1 vs 1 and stuff like that. It's too early to be talking about that because everything will get switched around and changed until launch. But what I can say is that the PvP talents seem to be really interesting and can help out with the survivability, of course. But it seems as though a lot of the talents are something that has already been in the game, in Warlords and previously, that they just, I don't know, locked behind the progression system, which is kinda shitty. I don't know why they did that. I mean, yeah, they had to fill out that PvP talent tree with something, and yes, they couldn't come up with shit, so behind that is passives we used to have, activatable abilities like Fortifying Brew, and the spinning flower thingy that we used to have in Mr. Pandaria that travels and roots targets that are far away. So yeah, but the talent that I guess could change the gameplay a lot is the one that gives Fist of Fury a stun, and that as well of course was in the game before, but they locked it behind the talent. But yeah, anyway, that passive can really change up the gameplay, and some of the others can too, so... And I didn't want to go into these talent trees and grind all the way to 30 or whatever is the cap, because I want to check out the other classes. Anyway, you can judge this for yourself by looking at the gameplay, and yeah, nothing more to say. The only new spell, I guess, you have, but it's not new, it's a variation of previous one. It's called Spinning Dragon Strike, and it's only usable when your Rising Sun Kick and Fists of Fury are on cooldown at the same time. It does decent damage. So that spell allows you to do a combo, a nice combo, but that's the only one I could find. The only combo bigger than like 2 spells. And it goes something like Rising Sun Kick into Fists of Fury, or stun before that. So Rising Sun Kick, stun, Fists of Fury into another Rising Sun Kick, and then the Spinning Dragon Strike. And yeah, I'll be leaving you with the rest of this BG. Thanks for watching and see you next time.